Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Live Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Live on 3. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. It is Halloween in Auburn. I think it's Halloween everywhere else. Not sure, can't verify. But we're going to do our best to talk as much recruiting today as possible. Auburn recruiting got a lot to talk about, got a lot of questions to answer. Help me do it all with Mr. Jhead and Mr. Cole Pinkston. How about you, fellas?
How about you?
How about you? And happy Halloween. Maybe we'll get some nice trick or treats over the next, several weeks. But looking forward to recording with you guys today.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to hit straight to the question. But before we do, I know everybody is looking to buy or sell in Auburn and Lee County. We've got just the person you need to help you do all that. Miss Jessica Andrus with the Talents Group. Give her a call. She is a 5-star realtor with the Talents Group. 334-704-4442. She is an absolute she's dominant when it comes to selling houses in Auburn Opelika. I'm telling you, you won't find anybody better. She also can find what you're looking for off market before it even gets to the market. She can find what you're looking for. Give her a call. Jessica Andrus with the Talents Group, 334-704-4442. Tell her we sent you.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we have the best subscribers at Auburn Live on 3, the most informed subscribers, the most educated.
Yes.
Educated, but especially when it comes to recruiting. And we are, I guarantee you, by the time we get through with all these questions, we're not going to have much to talk about because they know what's going on. They know what needs to be asked, and we're going to do our best to answer them. Getting us started. Oh, Mr. Coachy Rabbit.
He's been on one this week.
He has been on. He's been on my ass a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes, big dog Coachy. This is a good one for everyone, really, including ourselves, man. You know, we were at one point thinking 24, 25 signees. I think both of y'all agreed that maybe that number will increase or has increased. Auburn has 17 commitments right now, still a lot to do. So what do y'all think the number of signees in this class, not counting transfers?
Yeah.
Let's say high school JUCO signees. Let's say the December 20th ends. How many does Auburn have signed?
Okay. I think that's fair. And pre-qualifying that question absolutely matters because the attrition that we suffer in December from the transfer portal will obviously increase the number of transfer portal candidates that we entertain taking to this team. I'm with Cole in believing that after a couple of what I would call informed conversations, that number has gone, I thought probably 21 or 22 high school signees, definitely more in the 25 range if they land who they want. I'll say 25 to 26 high school JUCO signees come December. That's kind of my gut in that we land some of these big fish that we're going to be tracking down the towards the end. And that does not include Ryan Williams, who obviously is going to be a February signee should he reclassify.
Right. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the 24 to 26, 27 range. I'd say 27 is as high as it would go. I don't think it's going to get that high, but that's the ceiling, right? I don't know if it'll get as high as that. I think it could go as low as 24, go as high as 27. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jeffrey. I cut you off.
I was doing my numbers, and they've got 17 commitments. I'm expecting another running back.
Yes.
Another wide receiver.
Yes.
Probably one tight end in high school, and then maybe a tight end in the transfer portal. But I'm going to go with one tight end. So one running back, one wide receiver, one tight end. Well, I'll say 1 to 2, but we'll get to that in a minute. 2 offensive linemen, maybe 3. So that takes you to 5 to 7. Another defensive lineman.
Yes.
An outside linebacker.
Yes.
And
at least one safety.
One DB. So that's 8. Then you add so that's 8 to 10 more. So now you're looking at 25 to 27, which is, I think that's a good number.
Yeah, because I think there's a chance for you to go at multiple on the DL. I think it could be 2 more DL.
Yeah.
As you did with tight end, it could be 2 more tight end.
Right.
I don't think you're set. Go ahead, Cole.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's part of the ranking too. That everybody likes the ranking at the end, where you're going to end up. You know, top 10, top 5, whatever. Add a couple more guys, and your ranking goes up. That's how that goes.
Yeah, significantly.
That's why one of the best classes in Auburn history, 2010, had 32 signees.
So you're looking at, let's say 26, around 26, plus transfer portal.
Yes.
And it maybe more than that, but I think that's a good guess, Coochie. All right, Big Sexy. Tell us about Antonio Alfano. We were going to do that anyways, but see, there you go. We've got the best subscribers, man. They know it. Antonio Alfano is a junior college defensive end.
Yes. Well,
edge end,
5 tech. It maybe even could play inside at the 3 tech spot. I mean, I think he's got some versatility to him.
He's everything. He's everything across the front, pretty much.
He is a junior college kid that Auburn offered. I think it was Monday night, was it not?
Yes.
I'm trying to think what he was. Oh, he was the number 4 overall recruit in the country. No. He is the number 4 junior college recruit in the country this year, the number 1 edge and the number 1 player in Pennsylvania. I wanted to see his high school. He was the number 9 overall recruit in the country in the 2019 class, the number 1 defensive lineman in the country. He's from New Jersey. Did he sign with Alabama?
He did. He signed with Alabama, left there pretty quickly, transferred to Colorado, started to suffer from epilepsy, I think that's correct. Had a few seizures, needed to get that under control, went to Hutchinson Community College, and then transferred Lackawanna. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Lackawanna.
Lackawanna there in Scranton, PA. And he seems to be having a really good year this year. Very good year so far. Has reported a lot of offers. We'll see where that one goes. I'm interested. I don't have enough intel to say, hey, that's somebody we're really going to pursue. Maybe it's just somebody we're putting our foot in the doorway with. Not sure.
I agree with you. And I just noticed something on the Own 3 profile page. You can go to his. There's a little tab with the year and stuff. You can hit that left and right button. It says Colonia, which is the high school. He went to Alabama, Colorado, Independence, Lackawanna. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yep. No, definitely cool. And I'm glad you corrected me on the Independence. I knew it was in Kansas, but I got Hutch and Independence.
Oh, hell, close enough. I didn't even realize that. So, yeah, somebody to keep an eye on. I'll probably throw him on the hot board. There was another offensive lineman, Cole, a week or two ago that offered. Oh, he's from Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah, they got a Hawaiian one.
I could not find that guy for nothing. I was trying to put him on the hot board. I couldn't find him.
I'll get it for you right now, Jeffrey.
He has like a very
we might have to make a profile for him, Jeffrey. I don't think he was a recruit in high school, and now you're a JUCO guy and you're getting offers.
His name is like it's very bland name when I say that. It's like Shane, and then his last name is like Smith. Not really, but then in between you've got the Polynesian or Samoan or Hawaiian. Crazy name, but the book it's bookend by like Shane Hooks, or whatever it is.
It's Rustin Young from St. Louis High School in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Rustin Young, and then in between that is that right, Jhead?
Mm-hmm. Rustin Young.
I remember there being something very difficult to pronounce in there somewhere.
Current Ezekiel Long Young.
That sounds good. I do believe there's something in the middle. All I'm going to be able to say, because look, we know I can't
right.
We got to keep it simple here when Jay has to. Okay.
Rustin Young. Rustin Young.
Yeah, we need to check into him a little bit. I forgot that offer went out, and Javen Richardson's another one, I think.
Correct.
Yes, I've been trying on him.
Rustin's not a JUCO though. Rustin's a high school kid, presently committed to Oregon State.
Oh,
you're right. That's why.
Is he from Hawaii, or is he in Hawaii? Okay, that's him. That's who I'm thinking of.
He's from Hawaii. Ben Agamai is the big tie there on that one. He's a kid that played defensive line last year and has transitioned to the offensive line and seems to have caught a lot of teams' eye playing offensive tackle. I would expect Auburn to be not the last offer that he receives from a big-time Power 5 school.
Rustin Young, Antonio Alfano, and then who was the other JUCO lineman? I'm sure we might hit that later.
Javen Richardson, I think.
There's a new one last night. You posted about it, Cole.
Oh yeah, Bolden.
Jaquan Bolden.
Yeah, Jaquan Bolden.
So some offers going out across the line still. A couple of JUCOs, even a high school kid. All right, W. Grant, let's get to you, big dog. After seeing some of the young guys on the team step up, do you think this shifts our recruiting board at all?
No,
I don't. Not at all.
I think
Cole?
So he's asking shifts recruiting board, meaning
changing
Like,
numbers.
Connor Lou's stepping up. Some of the freshmen are stepping up. So we're not going to need this kid out of high school like we thought we were going.
I think it shifts it to have more.
Yeah,
because they are getting results from high school guys this quickly, and some of the transfer portal guys, they're not as much. So, yeah, it shifts it, I think.
Yeah. But Cole's on the contrary, yeah, shifts it up. Good question, though.
I think they're getting contribution from guys they intended to get contribution from, though. Like I honestly think the numbers that we got feedback on probably 2-3 weeks ago are the same. Like it was, hey, this is going to go up. We're taking 25, 26 high school kids, JUCO kids in this class. Like, and I think that stayed the same.
Gorgeous. DeAndre Carter, any news? No news is good news for Auburn.
If y'all are not familiar, Gorgeous, actually, he's the only Auburn fan I've ever seen that actually wants DeAndre Carter to flip to Texas so he can be right.
Yeah.
He wants that. He pushes for it every day. So good question, Gorgeous.
Sorry to bust your bubble.
Yeah. No news is good news, like you said. I mean, I'd heard that the flip was happening to Texas. I've said that on this show. I said that on our national show with On3 a couple times. Was asked about it again today on the national show. And the latest news I've heard is very positive for Auburn. And that's sort of a change from what I was hearing before. Now, the flip's on the table, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
I do think that's possible because we know that, it's almost like some of the family wants Texas and some of the family seems to want Auburn. And it may come down to what DeAndre wants. And if he chose Auburn in the first place, you have to feel pretty good about that.
I think the mom is all in. I think the dad is kind of at least wanting DeAndre to make sure of his decision. He's not all in, but he's pretty good. I think the most important thing for DeAndre is getting his ass back to the Iron Bowl. You can do that, bring his family right there, a few weeks before signing day, make that happen.
Yeah.
Let Auburn mess around, get to 7 wins before an Iron Bowl, DeAndre Carter come to town and see that kind of an atmosphere, and then have a nice meeting with OTV the next day. I think that would absolutely help Auburn's chances in making sure we keep him locked into the class.
Jhead, did you listen to the show the other night? I know you were on the road.
I did.
Did you hear that I was still at 6-6?
I did.
Okay.
I did hear that you were 6-6, and I understand why. Look, let's see how Peyton Thorne looks on the road.
Ask me Sunday night.
Yeah. You got to bring your own energy, because if Arkansas loses against Florida, I expect Fayetteville to be a place you got to bring your own energy. That place is going to be the suck, man. If they're looking at a losing record. Anyway, back to the show.
Hey, Zach, I think we missed that. There you go. Nova Tiger. Let's see, 256. If you had to make a final prediction today and couldn't change it later, who would you say is the quarterback in the 2025 class and why?
Whew.
And I couldn't change it. If you had to make a final prediction today about who.
Oh, gosh.
Listen, my two guesses is Ryan Montgomery and KJ Lacey.
Yes.
I picked Lacey.
That's exactly who I thought of first.
A little bit against. I mean, it seems like it's pointing towards Montgomery right now, but I'm going with Lacey.
I am too, and largely because what happens with Ryan Williams. If Ryan Williams does flip to Auburn, I put the percentages of KJ Lacey landing in Auburn, arrows up on that one, guys.
Extremely high.
If he doesn't and he stays with Alabama, or he flips to Texas, or whatever school he picks that's not Auburn, I would put the percentages much higher on us going after Ryan Montgomery and really putting our foot down there.
There aren't a lot of 2025 quarterbacks on the board because he's being very selective with these guys. He's pointing out a handful of guys. But honestly, if it's not one of those two guys, I don't know who it'll be. I have no idea. If it's not one of those two guys, I don't know.
Yeah,
we may not know him yet.
I'm not really feeling George McIntyre, even though I know they love him. It doesn't seem like that one's going to happen.
No, that one feels like LSU. That's what it feels like to me anyway. That feels like LSU. But who knows? You know what I mean? You don't really know because LSU's got 2 or 3 guys that they're entertaining. So what happens when they make a decision? The dominoes start to drop, and so things can become more apparent then.
Of course, did we know about Walker White at this point? I mean,
I had him going to Clemson.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know about Hugh Freeze at this point, if we're being honest. So
we still got another month, don't we? He's been here 11. It was the end of November, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When he was hired.
Right after the Iron Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it leaked before the Iron Bowl.
That's right.
Let's see. War Eagle J5. What's up with the recent pushback of Laquan Robinson's commitment date? Should we be worried? Great question. It's been a hot topic since yesterday morning. And he texted me and said, hey, I'm going to push it back. I've got some things I need to get taken care of. And people freaked out. All of them in that Laquan Robinson post yesterday. They don't. Those are the guys that look for the. They have your expectations of being perfect. Cole and I, especially Jhead, you too. Anytime we get something wrong. So, anyways, I've bookmarked it. But to answer the question, go ahead, Jhead.
I'm going to go full Dion on this one. I got receipts. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I've been sifting through that. Okay. And for those that think I don't like Dion's got some hellacious sound bites that I absolutely love.
I don't know, Jhead, if you have this capability, if it's just us being mods or whatever, you can bookmark and save posts and keep a list.
I just figured that out.
Yeah,
I've been doing it. I got a lot.
Everybody must have that because Cook.
Oh gosh,
he's got receipts.
He's got rights for days, baby.
So I think Cook figured out the bookmarks feature long before anybody else did, and he's got everything labeled. And so when something happens, he just goes back and finds it, and he's like, "Pop, bump."
If that guy doesn't work for the FBI, he's really in the wrong field. Him and Rice,
talent, right? He is wasting his talent.
It is. He is. But Laquan Robinson has pushed back his commitment date. He was going to announce Friday. I was told nothing to worry about. Some people couldn't make it that he wanted there, and he wants them there, and they couldn't make it. So he's going to push back. As far as I'm concerned, somebody asked me, do I still have him at 99%? Yes. Listen, the only reason I would ever put somebody like that on there is because basically they've made their decision, and it's not even basically. I mean, the kid's knows where he's going. He named Ole Miss and Texas A&M as the other 2 finalists. He hasn't visited either one of those 2 places. Those are just like throw them in there because somebody else. We have to pick Auburn over somebody else,
and that they're actively recruiting him. You know what I mean?
That's probably right. Yeah. So no, nothing to worry about there, big dog. As far as I know,
we're still thinking he's going to have this ceremony at Greenville, right? Greenville High School.
That's his plan. Yes.
Okay. I can ride out to that one for sure.
Now, if this goes on for 2 weeks from now, I'm starting to go. Maybe it wasn't the family.
Yeah, I agree.
Without a set commitment date, like if he had a commitment date for December, whatever, we're still fine.
Right. Yeah, perfectly said. Notorious AUB. What's the latest on the Clemson running back commitment? Man, I feel like this falls on my shoulders. But listen, this dude's wrapped up. I mean, as far as intel goes, not a lot's getting out. He knows the ramifications of taking visits, which he's already taken 2 of. You've seen his excuses as to why. So you're not going to hear a lot about this guy, David Eziomume from North Cobb.
Yes, in Atlanta.
Yeah, stud running back. Auburn loves him. Number 1 on the board is my understanding. He's committed to Clemson. Visited Auburn for the Sanford and Georgia games, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
And we expect him back for the Iron Bowl. I don't think he's come out and said anything like that. He hardly even acknowledges that there's any interest in anyone other than Clemson.
Yeah,
it might be like a December, like you see him at Iron Bowl, and then he flips.
I got a Romello Height feel to this one.
I was thinking that.
That's the feel I have on this one. And look, Auburn's got a chance to have a better record than Clemson this year. And records aren't everything. Look, we talk about relationships on this show. There are other factors in a recruitment. But the fact that Auburn could be 7-5 and Clemson could be 6-6 at the end of the year, and you're talking trajectory, Auburn is actually on an improvement, whereas Clemson is on a slide, and that accounts for last year as well, right? Clemson tailed off at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm. Dabo knows it too.
I think it was it Edward that called in, who I always agree with, by the way, for the most part. And I agreed with him to an extent on this too. When he's talking about the running back rotation and it sort of being out of whack, and you're like, all right, you need to kind of settle on somebody here. But when you're looking at it as a recruit, as we've all said, the three of us have said, recruits and fans do not think alike. They go, wow, I mean, that rotation, I can play year one, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Jeremiah
rotating everybody.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, somebody asked me, does Auburn really need 2 running backs? Look, they're playing every scholarship running back they have right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does Jarquez leave?
I don't think so. I don't
think so either.
I think he needs another year. And to be honest, I think he wants another year playing at his absolute best.
Yeah.
You can tell Jarquez was affected by what happened in the offseason to start this year.
Yeah.
He didn't get to practice with
mentally and physically.
Yeah. It took a toll on him.
He's been very, as Brooks would say, mid.
Yeah.
He's been in a funk. You can tell. You can still see sparks. Hey, this guy's really good. You can still see it. It's just, hey, he's got to come out of it a little bit.
Yeah, and I think he is. I mean, you saw that performance against Mississippi State. He looked like Jarquez from last year and from his freshman year.
Does Petit have another year?
He does.
Okay.
Petit, Damari's got several years. Cobb, obviously freshman. Sean Jackson will be back.
So that's your 5 top running backs are going to be back.
Mm-hmm.
So you're adding Fat, and then you potentially take another one.
Interesting. That's a lot of running backs.
It is. I think Sean's close to graduating, so maybe he transfers someplace that he can get some playing time. I don't want to speculate on a kid because I don't know what his intentions are, but I do know he's close to graduating.
All right, Mac 5. How many offensive linemen, high school offensive linemen, do we see in 2024 class? Auburn has Carter. I think we all expect Khalil House to flip, or I don't know. I guess I'd be more surprised if he didn't than if he did. Of course, we said that when he was choosing Auburn or Stanford.
Yeah,
I'd be more surprised if he chooses Stanford. Anyway, so that's 2 that we all think likely end up in this class.
Yep.
And then you think maybe 2 to 3 more.
Favor Edwin was the other one. So 3 to 4 high school
guys. There you go. My bad. And then a 1 or 2 JUCOs.
I think they want a JUCO. I think they realize they need somebody that can come in because they don't know what Dylan Wade's going to do, right?
Right.
Like he could turn pro, he could stay. Either which way, you need a third tackle or a starting tackle. And so somebody that can come in and compete and push the 2 deep right away is somebody you absolutely need. Even though I think they're impressed with some of the young guys they got this past year, do you really want to throw a redshirt freshman on the field if you don't have to?
How big Jhead was that Cinda?
Yeah,
I mean, for numbers, it just was big. Even if let's just say he doesn't pan out. I mean, it just helps so much to get that guy in there.
I agree, Cole, and I think he is going to pan out. I think he's
going to do. Yeah,
I think he's going to be a mauler on the inside. The kid you mentioned from Louisiana is the one I'm really watching.
TJ,
I've heard good things on him. Where does he settle in at? Does he go in at the right? Does he go in at left tackle? I think it's up in the air. But you need somebody to book in with him next year to be a 2 deep, right? Regardless of what happens.
Right.
This is a good question. I was just writing down some notes, trying to think of some names so I wouldn't be caught off guard. But J-Rock Eagle wants to know, with signing day approaches, I think it's about 7 weeks away from now. Tomorrow, I think it's 7 weeks from tomorrow. With early signing day approaching, how many flips are you expecting? I would say at least 5. And I'll give you some potentials. Jeremiah Beeman, and I'm counting Ryan Williams, 2024. Listen, okay. Listen, I'm not expecting. I'm giving you potentials.
Yes.
Jeremiah Beeman, Ryan Williams, Ezio Mume.
Yes.
Khalil House.
Yes.
Jamonte Waller.
Yes.
KJ Bolden.
Yes.
I had a tight end.
Kylan Fox.
Yeah. Michael Smith.
Smith. Maybe Amir Jackson. So there's 10, and I think Auburn gets at least half of them.
I think 3 to 5 is the sweet spot.
I'll set the over-under at 5.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Give me 4.5, and I'll take the over. Or 5.5.
I don't know.
Let's do 4.5. Let's do 4.5.
I think 4.5 is fair.
Because I really like us right now for Khalil House and Kylan Fox. Like I think
Me
those.
too.
I feel good on those 2.
That's the floor there.
What about Zaquan Patterson's in there too? Probably.
Yep.
If he comes back for the Iron Bowl, I'm told that that's the plan right now.
Did you say Cam Coleman too?
Did not say Cam Coleman. There's 11.
But yeah, that's 12.
12.
That's 12 guys. Can you get 5 of those 12? I think you can.
I do too.
And it's
With the line at 4.5 that's where it should be, because you're either looking at 3 or 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. At least 3, no more than 6.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think 3, no more than 6. That's a fair range to set expectations for.
There you go. 3 to 6 there, big dog. That was a good question. I like it. Cliff Dwellers, 91. Texas posted yesterday that TJ Lindsey has reopened communication with their staff. Does our staff have any concerns there?
I was asked about this on the national show this morning with Newberg. I haven't heard a whole lot about that, but the latest that I did hear about Lindsey is that you can expect some people to start going after him a little bit because of his emergence. I mean, I know what he's ranked, and he's not a highly ranked guy, but he is highly sought after, and that should be important if you're looking at that kind of thing. And Texas, as you know, has a very similar defensive line board as Auburn. For whatever reason that may be, Bo Davis is the D-line coach there. He used to be at Alabama, has had all this success. That should be a good sign if they have the same guys on their lists, he and Jeremy Garrett. So I like Auburn holding on to Lindsey, though. I think I like that.
Let me tell you something interesting that I found out the other day as it pertains to Bo Davis. Do you know who on Auburn's staff happened to mentor underneath Bo Davis at UTSA?
Was it the analyst?
One Vontrell Williams.
Vontrell, yeah.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
King Williams.
So Vontrell absolutely helps with the evaluations. These are Jeremy Garrett's guys. He obviously stamps approval on that, but having somebody that mentored underneath Bo.
He coached, he was under Bo Davis.
He was a GA.
That's crazy, man.
UTSA.
They like the same people. Looking for the same type of guy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Good stuff. That's what Cole and I can't provide, Jhead.
Jhead and Zach, they're the analytics guys. They bring that kind of stuff.
Let me give you
the random shit that we have no idea.
Yeah.
Who did Bo Davis mentor under? And he was a defensive line coach at Auburn underneath.
Oh, Rodney Garner?
Not underneath Rodney.
Oh, is it going back to the 80s?
Not going back underneath the 80s, but in the 90s underneath Bowden. He's
Tracy Rocker?
One of the legendary guys.
Joe Witt?
Not Joe Witt.
Hold on, let me go back. The 90s? So that was before Don Dunn.
Before Don Dunn. So Don Dunn replaced him.
Yeah, you're out of my age range.
Give me some initials.
Give you some initials. Zach, you want to come to the front on this one? He's presently helping LSU, if that helps you guys at all, with defensive line evaluations.
Not at all. Give me some initials.
All right. God damn it. Now I got to
You don't even know who it is, Jhead.
I know who it is.
Zach, come to the front and help me out, big dog.
I got it. Hold on.
Who was the defensive line coach? I'm trying to go through all the defensive line coaches, but Don Dunn is as far back as I can get.
One Pete Jenkins.
Pete Jenkins. Yeah, no, I would have never got that.
Yeah, Bo mentioned underneath Pete, who coached at Auburn underneath Bowden.
The name, yeah, I remember the name, but I hear you. All right, that's good stuff though. Bow and arrow. How many 25 could you see hopping in the boat before football season ends?
Hooping.
Oh, okay. This is not basketball season. Bow and arrow. Before football season ends, how many games are left? Another month, maybe? Or is it the end of November? So shit. 3 or 4 more weeks.
I'll say 1. I think we're gonna get 1 more before the season.
I would 1 or 2 just to be safe. 1 or 2.
I'll go 2.5 to 3 if we're doing an over under.
All right. You'll honked if you coached for Bama, one of Cole's favorites.
Yeah, he is.
We're buds. We're buds now.
As a reference, if a team lost half its roster to the transfer portal, how would they cope with a 25 signee limit? What is the maximum amount of signatures we can get? Jhead, this is you, if I'm not mistaken. Is there a limit?
There's not a limit.
No limit.
There used to be a 25-man limit, and I think that's what Honk, if he counts for Bama, is alluding to.
Yep.
They have permanently decided to, because remember, they put it on like a 2-year probationary status of having unlimited. They have since decided, as of now, they are going to suspend that indefinitely with no track to bring it back. I think the NCAA would like to put limitations in, but that's after there's some kind of guardrails put into place as it pertains to NIL, the portal, a handful of other things. But they've got to put some framework in place before they can start putting limitations on class sizes, because there's too much free flowing right now, and roster management is too hard to put a cap on anything.
Was that the Houston Nutt rule? Wasn't he the one that he signed like 35, processed 10 guys off of his roster?
Signed 42, I think.
42, there you go.
10 of those went to JUCO, cut another 5. Yeah.
Sign in place. Remember that?
Yes,
sign in place. Hargrave Military Academy, the prep school route. Man, that was back in the right after in the early 2000s. Tuberville was there. He was all over some Hargrave.
Yeah, Hargrave. He put some kids at Gulf Coast Community College because I think he had a good relationship with Steve Campbell down there.
Sure did. Yep. Oh, my God. That was crazy, man. Yeah, people were signing 40-something, and so they put this 25. But the problem with the 25 is that there were teams that would start the season with 77 scholarship players because they couldn't sign enough to take up for the people who left or fell out or got kicked off or stuff. All right, Jay Lee's pink head. It does look a little pink. Look at that pink head. If Auburn is able to flip Jaden Perlotti, the 4-star outside linebacker from Beaufort, Georgia, who is committed to Georgia, who's also been to 3 Auburn games so far. So if Auburn is able to flip him, 2025 kid, by the way, do you think that will help Auburn flip KJ too? I don't think it'll help him. I don't.
I think it helps. I don't think it hurts for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I don't know how much it helps, but it
right.
doesn't hurt.
KJ's not gonna go, Jaden, oh, you're going over there. Okay, I'm gonna go with you. No. Jaden will go, oh, KJ, you're going over there. All right, man, I'm not gonna go with you.
Which is why Jaden Perlotti currently holds 2 RPM picks for Florida State, because he said he was going to go wherever Bolden went. But he's been to the last 3 Auburn home games. So
some quiet confidence remains on the plains for Jaden Perlotti, but we'll see how that shakes out. War Eagle Weagle 06. Who do you see as the biggest impact freshman from this 2024 recruiting class? That's a good question.
Some of that depends on the roster attrition, I think. But
what positions are they more apt to play a true freshman?
It's got to be Perry Thompson.
It's wide receiver.
Yeah, no question. It's one of the 3 wide receivers.
Defensive line wise, I think you're going to see a couple portal additions that are going to really help there, because you do need help on the defensive line. Wide receiver, I think they're going young and they're going talented, and they're going to play them early, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Absolutely. 2024 of the guys, 17 guys committed now, the 3 wide receivers. Perry Thompson's the easy choice of those 3, but I'm not counting out Malcolm or Bryce Kane.
No.
Matt_McT, gun to your head. Ouch. Who are the next 3 2025 guys to commit?
That's a tough one there.
Let's see.
Well, I have 2 2025 guys on my who could be next to commit article.
Yes, you do.
One is Jaden Perlotti,
okay,
and the other is Alvin Henderson.
Those are my 2.
I'm going to trend against Alvin, not because I think Auburn's in a bad spot, just because I think he's going to string it out. Or at least
Eric Winters.
Yeah,
Eric Winters. That's a good one.
That's the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Jaden Perlotti, Eric Winters, and I'm going to throw a surprise in here. I'm going to say Naheem Alford.
Oh,
hey, I like that, Jhead. Let me get those 3 times 2.
I'll add one more. Shout to Kid Country, Derek Smith.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I would agree on that.
I don't know for sure, but I mean, next 3 guys to commit could be next year. So yeah. I mean, I think he's maybe getting to that point of narrowing things a little bit.
Right. And for the record, I still like where Auburn sits with Alvin. I want to be clear on that. I just think it is taking his time.
I agree. He's enjoying this.
Yeah, he's definitely enjoying it.
He's Auburn's to lose no matter what, I think.
Yeah, I don't care what happens between now and next December. If that kid doesn't sign with Auburn, something happened.
Yeah.
But I get a feeling he's going to be doing the junior day circuit and all that other good stuff.
He loves the edits and
Yes.
I'll tell you one of the things that I hope the NCAA passes, I think it's on the table, is the photo shoots for the unofficial visitors.
They already did it.
Oh, they did?
They have done that, yeah.
Yeah, they did it. It's done.
I don't know why.
Starting in the 2025 cycle, no more photo shoots for unofficial visits, only for officials.
Awesome.
Boy, that saves them some time, I know.
Think about how many kids want to go do photo shoots at halftime and only came to do the photo shoot because it's Johnny 5-Star and his 10 friends. You know what I mean? And the 10 friends aren't anywhere on the radar, but you're going to do a photo shoot because they mean something to Johnny 5-Star.
I've talked to a coach recently, unrelated to Auburn, and he is a big-time coach, who said, it's a test that I like to do with recruits. I say, all right, photo shoot time. He said, every once in a while, there's a guy that goes, I'm good. He says, I want that guy. I want him. I want him on my football team. If you say no to a photo shoot, you can come join me in some way or form.
To me, that's a good litmus test, Cole. Who's about football and who's about, getting their photo shoot and their NIL, dollar up to tweet it out on Instagram or X or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you gotta watch them a little bit these days with the NIL. You gotta watch the attitude a little bit because hey, you can't get too many, that only care about the money they can make, because then it becomes, it's a balance. You got to find the balance of those kind of guys.
And that's the difference between the NFL and college, right? Like,
yes.
If you're in the NFL, you have grinded to the point that you have really become, you're a professional and you've shown the willingness to put in the work to earn that money. College kids that get given the money at 18, God knows, guys, I'm not criticizing them. What would I have done at 18 with that kind of money that some of these kids are getting? Now,
I'd be dead.
Yeah, not all of them are getting paid like that. Some of them are getting very little, but some of them are getting massive dollars invested. And you got to know who you're putting that money into. That's a huge part of it.
I mean, they're throwing around like, here's your salary for the year, Just wait until they figure out they have to work until June to actually start earning money because of taxes. That'll be fun.
Real quick before we get to how about yous, basketball visitor this weekend, Jockey Howard, who is I think he's a top. He is a 4-star small forward. He's 6'6", 180, 2024 guy. He's coming in this weekend. There's no home game, football game, but he's going to come in. Probably have I think there's a basketball scrimmage, maybe.
Yeah,
exhibition.
AUM, I think, is who the basketball scrimmage is with.
He's coming in this weekend. Of course, Nick Cody was here this past weekend. He's announcing his decision on Thursday. Somebody to keep an eye on. These two guys are not related. They're different players, I was told. As far they want Nick Cody. They want Nick Cody. On Three loves the guy. I think he's a top 35 overall recruit, according to On Three. Want that kid, and probably know a little bit more tonight/tomorrow on if Auburn was able to make a big move for him this past weekend. He had been to every other school. I think he's a Texas kid. LSU's in there, TCU's in there, Alabama's in there, Miami's in there. I think it's Texas Tech, or is it Texas?
Both.
Okay,
it's
there
both.
You go. But I tell you what, you're going to see Auburn going to Georgia a lot. You're going to see Auburn go up to the Northeast a lot because that's where Ira Bowman's getting people from. Yep. And then Corey Williams, the new assistant, he is all in Texas. And you're going to see Auburn bringing a lot of Texas kids over, a lot of Atlanta kids over, and a lot of kids from the Northeast. Those are going to be Auburn's 3 primary recruiting grounds when it comes to basketball.
And Texas is a sweet spot for basketball that a lot of people don't realize how well they actually, the AAU scene is in Texas and the coaching that they get in the high school ranks out there. I think they do a really great job. Obviously, if you're pigeonholing it, it's Stephen Pearl in Atlanta. It's Ira up in the North.
There you go.
You got Corey over in Texas.
I got to tell y'all, I got to listen to Bruce after Freeze yesterday. Just, I was just like a fan, just sitting there listening because I don't cover basketball, but and it's kind of sacrilegious to say it in my family, but I'm kind of looking forward to basketball season.
Look, Bruce does that to people. Okay?
Yeah.
He just has a way of communicating and getting his point across like no coach probably since Pat Dye, if I'm being completely honest. He's
Yeah,
that
he
coach that,
does.
you know what I mean? You feel connection to him somewhat. From speaking from the fan perspective, he's that kind of guy.
Awesome coach, awesome fella. Really like him. So keep an eye on Thursday, Nick Cody's announcement, and then this kid coming in this weekend. I don't know that he is an absolute take as far as if he wanted to commit, but probably going to have to see how the roster shake out, man. What's going to happen after this season and where they're going to need him. Either way. All right. How about you to finish it up, fellas? I have, I think I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7.
I got 2.
All right.
2 as well.
All right, I'll start. I'll go with Fig Newton 2010. Really good poster. I have enjoyed his material. Is that times 2 for you,
Yeah,
Cole?
you get times 2 that one.
Me too.
I can't believe I passed over him.
Yeah, me too. I needed to. I've been needing to give him a how about you for a while now.
Fig Newton 2010 with a hat trick today.
Yeah,
yes,
big
I like
time.
it. I like it. Really great poster, great addition to the site. And then I'm going to give our very own Cole Pinkston a how about you for keeping up my stick of the 5-star realtor.
He sure did, didn't he?
He did. You know what? I told you guys I watched. So just because I wasn't there, Cole, I got a how about you for keeping it up.
It wasn't as good as yours, but I had to keep it going.
Hey, man, I like it. Jeffrey was looking for it. You could tell in the middle of it.
Yeah, I know. I sensed it. All right. My 2 are 2 guys that I have met in person at games the past couple of weeks and have been awesome. It's E Saint 1, Jeffrey. Yeah. E Saint.
Is there an underscore?
No.
Okay.
I just checked.
ESAINT 1.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. And then it is Jay Lee's Pinkhead who had a
sweet
question today, and make sure because there is a imposter out there. It is Jay Lee 'S Pinkhead. I believe is the real one. We'll double check on that, but I think that is the real one. And he had a question today, but met him walking in the stadium, and we talked for a little while. Good dude. He knows his stuff. He loves some Auburn Live.
So. All right. He loves some pink head. Yeah. But with that light, dude, look how pink that head is. I mean, look at it. Looks like a thumb.
Right there in the yard got a little too much sun, huh?
Look at me. Look like
I did ask Jay Lee's Pinkhead, which is perfect. He got it right. But I asked him, how did you join us at Auburn Live? Where did you come from? And he goes, the podcast.
Sweet.
Yeah. The live show. He said that's where it started. So
awesome, man.
Yeah, I love to know that.
If you haven't already, follow Jay Lee's Pinkhead. Could join us at Auburn Live on 3. Man, the thing I like about on 3, the thing is there's always deals going on, right? You don't hardly ever pay, at least for your first year, you hardly ever pay full price. Yeah. So I appreciate that for on 3. Go check us out, Auburn Live on 3. I think there's a deal going on. There's always a deal going on. Go check out what's going on this week.
$1, 1 month.
$1 for the first month.
Your trial there.
I wonder if the 50% off the first deal is still active. I don't know. We'll check it out. Let's see. I can do it right now. I'm pretty crazy, pretty tech savvy. Join for $1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Join for $1. That's all I saw. Join for $1. Oh yeah. Yeah. Join for $1. All right. There you go. Okay. How about you this week? How about you at LLH5? I think he had a question last week, but he didn't get a how about you. His feelings were hurt. How about you, big dog?
There you go.
How about you to Fig Newton 2010?
Yes.
Listen, he has quickly become one of my favorite posters.
Me too.
Agreed.
How about you to Danny Pitts?
Yeah.
Danny Pitts. How about you and happy belated birthday to Pat 1999.
There you go.
I think he's I'm guessing he's 24. Just turned 24.
I can't do math, but I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that one.
Is it bad that a 24-year-old, his mom, is probably like in my wheelhouse?
Nah.
Like she's probably 48, which is I'll be 48 next month.
That just means you got experience, Jay Lee.
Yeah, that's all it means.
There you go.
I saw some girls on there, and they're like, "I'm old enough now where I can date you or your daddy." Let's see. Oh, how about you to KC Tiger, man? Good poster there. How about you to KC Tiger came over from another network, man.
Yes, he did.
He came over. I appreciate that, KC.
Big,
Welcome.
Casey and the Sunshine Band guy.
Well, he's a big. Is he?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was just throwing that out there.
I thought he might have been from Kennesaw City
Oh, maybe.
or
Could be.
Kansas. Did you know Kansas City Chiefs is in Missouri?
Yes.
So
I had no idea.
you got
Kansas City's in Missouri.
It's split. So you got Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. So
Yeah.
it splits in between.
That's crazy. How about you to Florida FL Auburn Tiger, who came in and backed up KC and was like, "Hey, welcome in, big dog. I made the same move. Appreciate that." Hey, listen, this has got another guy. How about you to @Thingsayer?
Yes,
Dude, him and Fig Newton are my posters of the week this past week.
there you go.
They were fantastic. So let's see here. LLH5 Fig Newton 2010 with a hat trick ×3. Denny Pitts, Pat 99, KC Tiger, FL Auburn Tiger, Thingsayer, Cole Pinkston, E Saint 1, and Jay Lee's Pinkhead.
I got one more to add, Jay Lee. Hey, it did it. After me having some questions about Pomastanchicles,
Yeah.
he had me rolling this week.
He's a good one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He caught me just the right way. And I had some absolute laugh out loud moments.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I told y'all doubted me last week on Pomastanchicles.
He's so
he got me.
he's in the same boat with Gorgeous Borges. He's so upset there's not bad news to talk about this week. Like, he showed up to the board so he could argue, and he's not able to this week. Gosh, everybody's so happy.
Oh, me. Good stuff, man. Well, even when there's not a big recruiting weekend, we'll find something to talk about because of our fans, our subscribers. Fantastic, dude. We got a great bunch, man. Got a great message board at Auburn Live on 3. Go check us out, man, if you haven't already. All right, that's going to do it, folks. We'll be back Sunday night. I think all three of us will be back Sunday night. There we go. For the call-in show, join us on our YouTube page at 6:30. If you haven't, go to our YouTube page, or you're probably on it right now. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications so you'll get notified in case you forget. You can catch that show live. One more time, if you're Auburn, Opelika, Lee County, need a house, need to sell your house, need to find a house, need to buy a house, give her a call. Jessica Andrus with the Talents Group. I promise you will not be disappointed. Jhead? She's the 5-star realtor. I saw you scratching that chin. Then you were like, "Oh, this is the second time. I don't do it this time." 334-704-4442. Give her a call. Tell her we sent you. All right, folks, that's going to do it, man. We appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. For Cole Pinkston, for Jhead, for Zach in the back, I'm Jeffrey Lee. Y'all stay at that left lane. See ya.